Join Kyyberi to the 1-month journey to Solver World.
Yo, I suppose everything is working. Long time no see. Haven't hosted a stream for probably over 2 months now. Now I'm back in business and trying to remember how this thing worked. Not going to float him. So it's me, Kyyberi, back in business, and I'm going to explain a bit later what's going on here and what has been going on for the few months and so on. And I'm wondering what has happened. Running once poker is not running. Only PLO50 is running up there, and for particular reason, I don't have a bankroll to play there. So let's wait. I'm a bit earlier. I thought that I will be online at 10 p.m. CEST, but I'm a bit earlier now. So just a second. Going to put some things up while we're waiting for people to join. So only one table at PLO10, no tables on PLO20. So let's see how it goes. I made a small deposit to Party Poker as a backup plan. Sorry, I kind of lost my voice. I had a vacation and now I have a sore throat and trying to cope up. I thought for a bit that should I stream today or not? So let's see how my sound holds up. And oh boy, there's a lot to discuss about, but we will get that later. Not sure if games are running. PLO20 started at PLO50. There's 6 tables open, and we have 5 players. Oh, I'm the 5th one, yeah. So this is PLO10. I made a very small deposit to Party Poker, and I'm figuring out should I play PLO5 or PLO10. There's $60 only, so probably going to start with a couple of PLO5 tables. And just let's get started. I don't even remember how this. Or should I be on a waiting list? Oh, it's so long since I last played on Party Poker. What do we get? We get raised there. Nah, top 2 kind of fold. So that table is not working. So how do I get in the wait list? Oh, there it is. Oh man, feels like I'm total beginner. PLO high, PLO 5, add to wait list. Okay. So now we are on the waiting list. So we at least get some tables open. Virginia he was a bit aggressive on one hand, but since then he's been pretty passive, hasn't raised, hasn't fought back. So I think I made a one 4 bet. He called and folded the flop. So I think when he raises here, he has it. And in the best case scenario, I'm flipping over his combo draws. So let's just wait. And then we get a seat on PLO5. Nice. So then we have two PLO5 tables open, and we flop the North flush versus Galen. Uh, it sucks when you're out of position. So now when he checks, the best hand he can have is some kind of two pair or set, and I don't think he's folding those. So let's just put the turn, and that's a nice. And let's just put the river. It's really hard to get call from anything. So at least when we put, we can maximum when he thinks we are bluffing. And on the other tables, nothing happening. So let's just stick to the PLO10 one. We missed the flop completely. So we bluff. We have some backdoor straight draw. So if he calls, it's not the end of the world. Like now we have a pair and open ender. Check. If we improve on the river and he bets, then we can think about bluff catching. But when he calls the flop, he cannot really have other hands than some 10x or flush draws. And even his 10x now often has two pairs. So it's really hard to have a bluffing hand for him. So it's just a fold there. Easy peasy. Um, then we have some action on PL5, blind versus blind. We open, and then on the flop, we steal. And he calls that there's no straight draws really, there's no flush draws, so his hand is really ace X heavy. He's not folding ace. Or he has a 9, he's definitely not folding. So it's one and done. Now we give up. And he probably bets or checks and then wins at the showdown. Yeah. So we cannot have anything that would fold or anything that we would actually beat. Did the chat empty? I need to test. So there's the chat, and then if I zoom, okay, chat is not going away. Nice. Just testing. Alberto, 3 bets. We have a decent hand. Not the greatest one. But then, of course, we flop the trips, and now it's about how to extract value. And if the jack or 9 comes, we have the full house, so we don't have to be really afraid other rivers than maybe ace, and we are blocking that one. So we can slow play in position. 5 is a nice card. Really hard to him to have a 6-9 or 6-4 in his 3-bet range. He could have, but versus that, we have nice equity. And now when he checks, now I'm going to bet as protection versus flush draws or something. And he just folds. Nice hand, sir. Now on PL then we are on a bankroll builder mode. Let's see what's coming up here. cut shot flush draw. If we bet and he raises, it sucks big time. We have a combo draw, a lot of backdoors, super nice checking back, and then we hit the wrap on there. Now if he checks, now we can support it. Generate float equity, and whatever he has, we have equity to call. Now if he raises, it's a snap call. So turn helps us so much that it's fun to put. And he folds, it's nice. We win with a queen high. Let's see if we can see the flop for half a BB. Always nice when you have the suited ace. And just a cut shot on the flop. So probably not much going on. So let's change to another PLO5 table. Let's peel the flop. It's PLO5, so when we hit something, we often have good implied odds. But that's not the flop we are looking for. So end of that story. And no one is requesting music, so I am going to we need heavy metal. And good evening, Ambition and Noman. Welcome. And if the music is too loud, just let me know. So we change it. And now we just enjoy the waiting. It's nice bonus that I have on Party Poker. It's just a normal 100% bonus up to $50. So I deposited around 50, and I get a bonus of 50 that is released in increments of $5 each. So you have to pay around 20 points or so to get one increment. So it's achievable. It's often when you have those deposit bonuses, you have to pay attention to how it's released, because when I made a deposit of 300 to Party Poker, and it's released in 4 increments, so it's 75 each, and to release $75 or euros, then you need to rake around 4 times that at least, depending upon, I think it was 5 times. So I have to rake at least 300 or 400 to get one piece, and do the run pad and scheduling challenges. I wasn't able. So I had a bonus of 300, but I didn't get anything because the first increment was so big. So what would have been better for me is to check how much I can play. Okay, I can rake 200 this month, and that would qualify me $40 as bonus on that bonus. So let's deposit $40 first, get the bonus, and then deposit 260 more. Table 1, we're going to check raise the flop with overpair and not flush draw. Because whatever he has, we have outs and equity. Even versus set of jacks, we have 2 queens and hearts. That's an interesting river. Mm, I think he just checked for. We block the hearts. What could he have? He checks the flop. He could have ace king. Would he bet the flush here when the board pairs? And it's a half a pot. Weird sizing. And he was, oh, he had the deuce, but he was value betting king high flush. So he had a trips with the nut flush, second nut flush draw on the turn and decided to just call. Yeah, no. All right. So if I was smarter one with my first deposit on party poker, I would have made $40 more, which on PLO10 is for buy-ins, free money, wasted. And sometimes you get a good bonus, but it's in one piece. You have to raise $1,000 to get that bonus. So even if the bonus is big or the maximum is big, always pay attention what the increment is, or in how many pieces it's paid, how much you have to raise per piece. I probably wasted thousands of dollars on bonuses that I didn't fulfill. And AZ is number one. And really bad ones. Oh, everyone folds. It's nice. Plus 1.5 BP is guaranteed. It's a good outcome for Rainbow Aces. Trust me. And we wait. Let's see the flop. Double suited jacks. Double cut shot. But there's a flush draw, so if there's heavy action, we just get away. Best outcome is to see the river for free. A turn. And it would be 8 of diamonds. I'm calling 8 of diamonds. Eight of diamonds. Oh, almost. Oh, it would have been so nice. Oh, that would have been awesome clip. Almost. I almost cheered. It was 6 of diamonds. Well, that's not good. Hypothetical, if both of them call, could we have the odds? Because we have 6 outs to nuts, which would be 1 out of 14 times, so it would be 1 out of 7. That would be really close, but no one calls. So let's get away. And now the music died. We get a notorious min raise pre-flop by Armextis, and then he checks. Well, then we bet and barrel out of turns. There's so many turns complete something. But he just opens and check folds, which is nice. Probably he's going to donate a lot of money to us. I always love players who open a lot of small blinds and then just check fold on the flop. If you want to request music, then just put exclamation mark SR. Found me by chance. All right. Instant bonuses, they are really bad for the casinos. You only get instant bonuses for casino games where you have to wager. In poker, they are often tied to the rate, and if you never get them, then you have the problem that I had. That what's required to get something out is more than you can do. So what you need to do is to estimate how much you're going to play and how much you're going to raise, and then try to deposit the amount that matches that or slightly even more. And even if your first deposit is $10 to have a $10 bonus, then do it. Like I had the bonus I had here on Party Poker was up to $50, but it's released in 10 increments. So if I deposit $10, it would be released in $1 increments. And I had a weird sound on my headset. Where did the sound come from? Did it come from this? I have sounds muted. Well, let's see. So to raise $1, then you need to raise less than $10. So that's definitely achievable. What the fuck? Why my running ones is making sounds? Because I have muted them. Sounds off. But it doesn't work. And oh man, we have sound on here and I cannot take it off. I don't know why they're. Oh man, I hate these sounds. Oh dear. How do I turn them off? Table settings. Global settings sounds off. Now it's off. And he folded to my 3-bet. Weird. I'm going to open another PLO10 table. So I much rather play on running one's tables than. And we've got. Let's see which table we choose to keep. Well, I can keep this both. Let's wager. We can afford one. That would be awesome. We have the blockers. Let's use them. And if he calls, we just have to hit the king of diamonds on the turn. Wouldn't be that hard. That's a nice. Now we just put it. We actually have a double cut shot. And that should leave us decent river bet. Oh man, that's a weird donk. Does he have a 10-9? And then he is kind of bit folding. That's a weird donk. With that sizing, he shouldn't fold. Could it be king then that was looking for safe third? Ooh, nasty. That was weird. Weird play by Darrow. Well, double paired hand on table one. Let's see how this goes. Oh, we get a cold call. And we get a 4-bet. Alright. Right the variance. Top set. And he's going to call with aces. Yep. And we dodge everything. And how much? Oh, we profited over $10, which means that we. Oh, now he's laughing. Nice hand. Um, we're going to add $1 to the. Here we have second nuts on the river, and second nuts is going to be a bet on PLO5, but we don't get a call. So the jackpot goes up, and I have a nice jackpot video. Let's see if it works. Oops. Oh, one time only, one time only. So when we actually hit the jackpot, or we don't hit the jackpot, that's if the jackpot goes up, then we can use that one. And we have the fourth table, so I'm going to sit out here. Oh, it's already sitting out. Nice. And Norman is asking, how do I like the Matrix? Oh, I'm going to get that Matrix Visions Mastermind solver craziness in a bit. Let's just get the tables up. So, really short session on Party Poker. We generated 0.2 points. So we raised 20 cents and lost $1. But that's a backup. I don't have the Matrix. But I have a wrap here and I completely miss. And let's increase. Jackpot goes up to 32.60. So the project I'm working on, or should have started today, but I didn't, is that I'm going to spend 1 month focusing on learning the solver strategy, head into solver world, how the solver thinks, why does it play, and so on. Because I haven't paid too much attention. I've used solver softwares to check some points, but I haven't ever really focused on it. So what I'm going to do this month is that I won 1 month free of PLO10 on not racing stream. It's awesome software. We're going to use that on the streams a few times. It's super awesome. I really love that, but it's $100 a month for the full version. But I'm lucky to have that one. And then I'm going to get PLO Matrix. I was supposed to get it today, but didn't. Hopefully, going to get it in next couple of days. So, oh, we flopped the nuts. Just casual nuts every now and then, but no action. And then I'm going to get 1 month of PLO Mastermind from Chain Andes and see what kind of things there is. And then after the month, have a conclusion about solver strategy versus micro strategy. Because I don't think it's optimal to play solver strategy on small stakes. Ooh, that's a nasty turn. We have to check and pair the river. Oh, we don't. We have 3 pairs. If he bets, it's a fold. I mean, we have a lot of non-nut flush that we're definitely calling here. And when he calls the flop, we are blocking the jack. Then he most often has the flush draw. Hard for him to have bluffs there. The thing is that solver tries to find the optimal strategy versus another player who's trying to find the optimal strategy. So the solver kind of finds the best lines, best EV lines versus himself. So it assumes that opponents play as the solver does, which means that every time when it bets the river, it has exact amount of bluffs versus value bets. So it's always balanced. It tries to have balance range on all kinds of situations. And what happens is that when opponent bets the river, the solver pretty much always has bluff catching hands because it assumes that if opponent pots the river, then he has a certain amount of bluffs in his range. So solver wants to have certain amount of bluff catchers in his range. Now in reality, at micros, we have players who never raise rivers as a bluff, who never bet the river as a bluff. So why would we ever bluff catch them? And if we start to bluff catch, it means that we're going to lose more than if we just played the optimal strategy. And understanding that, okay, they don't have a lot of bluffs in their range. Here, double two, this is the new update. When there's splash spot, it's not counted towards the preflop sizings. Here we have nuts on the turn. I don't hear calls. And I'm betting the river. Hopefully get a bluff catch. And he folds. Table 1, we 3-bet ace king queen, then double suited, and c-bet ace high board. And Virginia just folds, which is pretty nice. So to make money at micros, you sort of you need to exploit the opponent by a lot because the rate is so high. Understanding that passive coin station 100-0-0 players, they rarely bluff, but their coin ranges are really wide. You can value bet a bit lighter, but you don't want to bluff them. If you play solver strategy, you bluff them as much as you bluff super nits or super maniacs or the Rex and so on. But then solver strategy is a good starting point. It's not a bad strategy. I'm just saying that at micros, when we have such an extreme players, if you can adjust and exploit them, you increase your win rate a lot. I've seen solver strategy um, played by a bot at small stakes, and it's marginally profitable, close to break even. For humans, it's really hard to play solver strategy because if you bet micros, you automatically start to exploit opponents. So it's kind of hard to know what would pure solver strategy do at small stakes. What would be its win rate? Oh, we flopped the nuts. And it's three-way, so let's start by betting and try to get the maximum from smaller flushes or sets. And we pot here and hope that river doesn't pair. Ah, crap. So I'm going to stream as much as possible on the tune and then post some videos on YouTube about the softwares and how do I use them and so on. And just, what would be the word? Uh, it's not a documentary, but I'm going to publish my journey into the solver world. This turn sucks, but it's not the board. He cannot bluff here, but he can definitely value a lot of his ace high hands. So I'm looking forward to get into the solver thing and hopefully after a month be a lot better player for the micros and then have more chances when at someday I'm looking back to PLO50 to fight there. Oh, we're stuck here. Let's make it multi-table. So the bankroll is a bit busted because I was on a holiday last week in Spain, just having beer and sun and beaches. So I cashed out everything but 300. Oh, actually, I cashed out everything but 170 just to have fun on vacation. That's how I use my poker profits. I make small profits, cash out, do something, rinse and repeat. Yeah, but I had fun. I left 170 and I played 3 sessions while watching a nut racing stream before the vacation and cut it up to 295. So over 10 BP profits, 10 buying profits on PLO10 in 3 sessions. So now we have 295, so almost 300, which is nice. Now we start to build up. And with my 30 buying rule, everything that's over 300 euros is for taking shots on PLO20, or if it's not running, even PLO50. So it's for the shots. Would be nice if PLO20 seems to be dead on running one, so if we get 350, then we can take one buying shot on PLO50, and that would be nice. Bad flop for us, but probably bad for opponents. So let's just stab once. We have the card shot, so at least sometimes we win. And it is when he just calls, he probably doesn't have the straight. So what's left is sets and flush draws that are heavily in his range, and he's not folding anything. So I was hoping to get ace king or jack on the river, and he could have a small flush or some kind of 7-9 type of hand. 7-6 we win. Now he bets small. That looks like small-ish flush-ish. If you have any questions, feel free to use the chat. That's why it's there. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to talk about my poker only. I'm here to have fun. Now we have the bear and cut shot, and he calls. But if he has king XX, now he should be worried about that ace. So I think the ace of clubs increases our fold equity. But he calls, which sucks, and I wouldn't be surprised for him to have ace king here. And he probably bets here, because he has the king very often when he calls the flop. And yep, that looks like runner full house. Can't win them all. And we do have a 3-minute delay, but don't worry about that. So if you have any questions or comments about the hands, just say the hand. I will find it. Let's review it. Best possible situation that you can have with rainbow ace is we can 4-bet, which means we shove any flop. And that's a bit horrible, but there's no flush possibility, no straight possibility, so we are not dead. And he has pair and open-ender, so we are sort of flipping. He might be small favorite, but we need 33, 35 to stack off, so it's fine to gamble there. Then there's 25 BP splash, and we have produces. But now when the splash is not counted towards the pot for pre-flop, we have to pay 45 cents in the pot of I don't know how much. And now Virginia, when he does this, oh man, now we have to fold. They should have a legitimate hands. Now if they show some crap, it just means they don't understand the math. Bye bye Noman. Oh, everyone get it in. Oh man, that's oh boy. Oh man. The kings was the only hand that justifies, but to make that way with the rundown doesn't make sense. You can see the flop almost for free. And then Cassandra decides to join the fun with Rainbow. And on the very next hand, another 25 BB splash. We want 8 on the turn. Oh, that's not good. That's not the card we are looking for. Nah, I find it hard to see a situation where we win with these two pairs. But someone bets 40 cents. It's kind of a situation that we shouldn't win ever, but it's 40 cents in the pot of 380. And what? We do win. Oh man. Well, that's why we call. Now it's easy to say, but yeah, we have to win 1 out of 10 times. And it's just a weird bet, but well, it almost worked. But I outplayed him. But yeah, Virginia, he is splash the pot maniac, meaning that when there's golden chips, he goes bananas with queen 10 9 8, which doesn't make sense math wise. So we got something back because we lost a buy in with aces. Um, two backdoor flush draws and a pair and a backdoor, two backdoor straight. We have four backdoor draws and a pair. I'm just going to get it in here. Do we hold? Oh, we do. We win. Nice. But it's not for the jackpot. The jackpot rules changed. Now it's based on the profits, not the pot size. So if I made at least 100 pp profit on the hand, no matter how, it's $1 the jackpot. 200 pp's profit, it's 1.5, and over 200 pp profit, it's $2. And then there's that multiplier based on the stage, which actually on PLO10 it's 0.5, so we increase the jackpot with 50 cents only. And the reason is that if the jackpot amounts are higher and I'm playing PLO10, it means that I'm giving away all my winnings on jackpots. And at the moment, it's not a good plan. So maybe later when we have bigger audience, higher winnings, a lot of other stuff doing, we could increase. But on PL20, it's that $1 to $2, and PL50, it's doubled. So depending on the stakes we play, I'm going to double barrel here. Oops, not here, in here. I think he often has some kind of overpair. What? That's a weird ass race. Oh, maybe it's quads, who knows? Ah, weird lines today. And I need to cough too much. Oh, Derante is here too. At least I see his name on the list. Mr. Jackpot. Top pair. Okay. That saved me from thinking what to do. Could we actually start betting on the flop? But when a coin station decides to donk, you have to respect that. No one is requesting music, so I'm going to do that. What would be the song today? Oh, we need more Manowar. Yay. For some reason, my throat is, I don't know what the word would be. I need to cough a lot. Let's see, if it goes really bad, then we just have to stop the stream and save my throat for tomorrow. Or then I just don't speak anything. There's actually a lot of streamers streaming poker that don't speak anything, and that's a bit weird. Queens with a missed flop. With a missed turn. But that half a pot stab, I'm going to call. Queen! Oh, 6. Well, it's nice. Do we win it? Yes, we do. What did he have? Ace, Jack, 10. Nice. I actually invested a lot of money to streaming yesterday, or it was today, early morning in the night. Oh, not flush draw, nice. I bought a Stream Deck, which is just a panel with 15 buttons that you can program to do things on the stream. So if I want to zoom into some table, I can have the button here, and now we have the nuts. Let's donk, because otherwise they check behind. And now we can get him all in. Have a flush. Have a thin high flush and call me. Oh, damn! I used the wrong fingers. He folded. So with the Stream Deck, then all those zooms and animations and everything, I will have a box here beside my mouse, and it's a lot easier than trying to find the keyboards. And the problem is, if I have too many hotkeys on my keyboard, then if I write something, suddenly things go crazy on the stream. And it's not only for the poker streaming. I stream live sports, American football games, and then some hockey games too. And there, having the Stream Deck with quick buttons is super nice. It's awesome for that. So I spent almost 200 euros to get that one, and I'm hoping to get it probably on Wednesday or Thursday. So then I can start to play with it. And what I heard on the Discord today is that all the big boys of streamers are using those ones. So I'm now one of the big ones. I can hang out with the cool kids. When I actually get the Matrix, the first thing I'm going to do is to explore how poker choose ranges, first in ranges, differ from solver preflop ranges. Where are the differences, or is there any significant difference? And just try to find the thresholds for certain positions for both strategies. Hello, Poker Matrix. And I would do a shout out for you if I knew how to do those, like Mr. Nut Racing is always doing. I don't have those, and I don't know how to do them, and not going to do them or learn them now while I'm streaming. Table 3, if he bets, he didn't see bet the flop, so I would take away some king X hands from him. And king on the third river, it makes it less likely that he has a king. So I'm going to make the bluff catch here. And oh, he had. Sorry. Oh, I'm going to choke. Oh, he had a set of fours. Oh, and he checked the flop. Oh, tricky. Checked flop. Oh, head up with bottom set as for pressure. All right, Mr. Tricky Man. Carlo made a trap. And he's thinking for a long time here. Maybe he's doing another trap. Oh, he had an ace. Oh, no one called us, and I zoomed on the wrong table. Oh man, I'm rusty. And all the music died. Well, if no one does it, I have to do it myself. I want music. What would be would be a good song? Maybe Check Race on table 2, and that's nice sizing for us. And we pick up the opener with the flush draw, and it's a backdoor flush draw, which is nice because no one believes it. And when he thinks we win the hand, we know it. When he doesn't snap call, we know we have it. So what would be a good song? Let's take a classic one. If you don't know what kind of software or site actually PLO10 is, then you might want to check it out because when I'm going to use it on the stream, you can see that if you want to learn solver strategy, then it's an awesome thing because you can set up a certain kind of flop or by flop takes a random flop, or just select the flop like 10-5-5 rainbow, and then see how do we play that flop with solver strategy if we have preflop raise or in position out of position or preflop caller in position out of position, and you can see what kind of hands do we raise, what kind of hands we check, and then you can figure out why solver wants to bet certain hands or raise certain hands or check certain hands and so on. There's a lot of things that solver does, and people are wondering why. And if you can figure out why, then it deepens your strategy. Here we have probably an interesting spotlight versus blind versus Carlo. Pot and bear and card shot with two backdoor flush draws. Let's stab. We have phone equity. And if he calls, well, that's bad turn. But we have two pair outs. Often two pairs is good. We have not outs. That's not one of them, so now we'll give away the pot. Three bet on table two from Vinny. Not the greatest hand in position. Let's peel. He's a bit tight one. So I would expect him to have a lot of ace hands. Which kind of sucks when we have one ace in our hand. And now if we call, we are drawing king, queen, or four, which gives us 8 outs, which is 1 out of 5.5 or so. So it's actually very close if we should peel. And if we can kind of free river every now and then, it's going to be a profitable peel. But we don't, so now we give up. Well, Flash Hype, I don't know the experience after the update. This is the first session after the update. And for me, it is as smooth as before. I didn't have any problems before. What works now is that if you time out, you don't have to sit out that often. And the thing I love the most is that in splash pots, the splash money is not counted towards the pot in pre-flop. Because now if there's a big splash pot, then people can still open only 3.5 pp's to unopened pot. So in splash, when there's splash money, there's more people seeing the flop. It's easier to get your share of the splash money, which is the rail bet. I love it. It generates more action, more big multi-way pots. Weak ace. It's such a dry board that I'm actually going to bet just for protection and fold equity. It's a bit easier to play if we thin the field and kind of heads up on the turn. And sometimes we win the pot right away instead of giving free cards to everyone. And that's the turn. And now we have the flush draw with the double cut shot. And most likely when he calls, he might have ace X, which is ahead of us. So we are happy to check back, see if we improve on the river. We don't, so most likely he is going to win this one with ace jack. We beat some of his ace 9, 5, 6 type of hands, but I expect him to have higher ace very often. Oh, he had ace 9, 6, 4. Wow, one of the only hands we beat. That's worth of nice hand. I only wait when the next update is going to be when you have resizable tables, because that's when I think that people start to join and play. But software is running. It's too bad that games are not running. But now, when I join, now we have 5 tables of PLO10 running, and even one PLO20. So people are waking up. I don't know, for some reason the volume and the traffic went down, and at the same time, the PLO50 started to. Did my chair just broke? I don't know. One thing that I'm going to do along with the sober project is to get smaller projects, because I'm a bit overweight. I could say that I have a bit of a belly, so I'm now in the June starting to make myself a smaller one. And bad thing is that now I have this sore throat and bit of cold on the very same day that I was supposed to start exercising. Maybe it's my body telling me that, dude, don't do that. Enjoy the food. Don't exhaust yourself. But yeah, I'm going to do that. So there's a lot of stuff going on the tune. Let's see how they go. Bottom left, if car won't crawl, I'm going to set mine. But when he's not, if he was suited, I would definitely call. But that's a rainbow. I don't. So now once can we wait? Oh, Geraldo is watching on the phone. I watch Twitch streams on phone often, and the thing is that it sucks because it's really hard to follow the chat and interact with the phone. But nice for joining now. Oh, it's bullet holes. I first read that Geraldo was asking buttholes, and I wondered that, oh man, what's coming up? Oops, that didn't work out. Um, what's the comment for the money? I don't remember. Let me see. Oh, the comment is money. So you have to type. You have to type explanation mark money. And at the moment with those Q bucks, all you can do is to play. Yeah, I wanted shout out, but Not Racing has some nice messages for the shout out. I want those too. So with the Q box at the moment, all you can do is participate in those fun games, and then if the jackpot triggers, if we get a quad queens or better, then you can buy those raffle tickets. But on my to-do list is when I get remake of the homepage Kyyberi.com and everything, you can buy discount coupons with the Q box. And of course, for starters, Cassandra raises us. And of course, for starters, it's only going to be discount coupons for my private coachings because that's the only thing I have to offer. And affiliate markets are going down, so probably there might be some discount coupons to poker softwares at some point. Who knows? Or maybe some merchandise like Mr. Nut Racing is selling women's string with his logo in it. So something like that, maybe in the future. But for starters, there's going to be discount coupons for private coachings and so on. So in the future, there's going to be more that you can do with the Q box. And then before, that's the new splash. Prayed potted pre-flop, but it was only 55 cents, so we have to pay after the 1p being 45 cents in the pot of 360. So we can definitely, even with the bad hands, we can peel a lot of flops and then just hope we hit 1 out of 10 times. But this is not the flop that's good for us. And Demo 1, not sure if this is a good bluff, but both of them checks. If it was like King Jack 3, it would be better, but King Jack 9, a lot of high cards for people to have two pairs, straight possibility, and so on. But both of them check, I think it's worth to stab every now and then. Yeah, King 7-5 was because it shouldn't hit his range. It's really hard to have a hand that you can call a check raise on King 7-5. And we had a hand that is going to hit like half of the turns probably. It's going to hit a draw, backdoor. We had a queen jack 10 with flush draw 2 as a backdoor. So then if he calls, he often has king x. We can barrel a lot of turns, generate a lot of fault equity. And now we're looking to stack off Mr. Ramon. €2 here and rest on the river. Oh, he folded. Yeah, King 7-5 Rainbow is kind of board that I'm happy to attack. And then if I have a hand that I can then barrel out of turns, it's nice. But I'm interesting to see what kind of hand Solver decides to raise there for his bluffs. Does he pick up those kind of hands or not? Top pair, over pair, not flush draw. That's safe-ish turn unless he has a random 7. But it's not the spot that he should bluff. Because I mean, I bet the flop, I bet the turn. So if he raises, I'm going to fold and give him a credit. We don't have information on him. Or should I say her? Say her because his avatar is a girl. 3 bet. And we have a cut shot. SPR 4.5. I'm going to bet and then get it in if we get raised. In 3 bet pot he's raising a ton of hands. And now we just check. Oh man! Oh, it's nice to have that cut shot. And now we hope him to have the 6-8. Let's wait for a while and then get it in. Oh, he bought phones. That's insane. With that stack size. Oh, we found queens on the other table because I'm so excited that I timed out. Oh man, we had ace queen jack here. Well, would not have been a good flop for us anyway. So we dodged a bullet. So on table 2, Joffrey pot folded the river, which means that he had probably just a pure bluff. And it's a bit bossy to put over half of your stack on the river. Homepage. Oh, we don't have a homepage command. Maybe we should. I always remember what should I do for the stream when I am streaming. And then after the stream, I don't remember everything. And then sometimes I'm sitting by my laptop and thinking, what should I do? I don't remember those things. But yeah, if you want to check the homepage, it's kyyberi.com. There's only basic information. It's on my to-do list to just redo it all over. Oh, we hit the set here. Missed that one. Going to Stockholm versus Joffrey if he raises. We are blocking 8s and 10s, so for him to have a full house would be a bit weird. Well, not weird, just a bit unlikely. But he could definitely have a king. My throat is getting so sore. Yeah, Kyyberi.com. Easy to remember. I'm going to probably stream for 10 minutes and then just call it off. Because otherwise the throat is probably being so sore tomorrow. And I have to save it a little. Let's semi bluff here. He checked twice, so let's pick it up. And then we have aces. I'm going to 3-bet. Nasty flop, but we have backdoors. And he puts. Gerald is asking aces when deep. There's two things. First one is, yes, when we get over 100 pp's deep, then I don't trip at all my aces. It depends. And it depends on the opponent. If the opponent is kind of opponent who looks at his own cards, doesn't make moves on the flop, then we can trip at a lot of aces anyway. But versus decent players, deep, we want to trip at hands that have a river equity instead of flop equity. The deeper we are, the more we want to have river equity, which means hands that make nuts by the river instead nuts on the flop. Because when we are deep, it's often we have to play flop and turn and sometimes even on the river. So yeah, we often just call with bad aces, especially if it's going to be multi-way pot. But on PL, then you don't have to worry about your opponent cherry picking the flops to go all in. A lot of players, oh, that's a nice turn. He's going to barrel a lot of his hands, and we have the overpair. And I don't expect him to barrel the river. Yeah. And now he might have aces that beats us, but he often has queen X type of hands. He might have the straight too. And he had the trip fives. Wow. Lucker. So about cherry picking the flops, it's not cherry picking, but a lot of players know that when they're calling three bet, they put you on aces. So on the flop, they think, how am I doing against aces? And if they hit the flop in some way, they get it in. If they miss the flop completely, they fold. So they don't cherry pick the flops, but without even knowing, they play the post flop pretty well when you actually have the aces because they put you on aces. And most of the players just look at their own cards in 3-bet pots. And if they hit the flop, they get the money in, which is the right thing to do. If they don't, they fold. And the profit comes from the pre-flop hand selection in a 3-bet game. Bluff on table 4 and Splash Mania on table 1. 10 BB splash. So with hand that has any potential, we are going to peel the flop. We have only one pot that is over 200 BBs. But on table 2, we are having over 300 BP stack without winning 200 pp pot. So unless we have a meltdown in the end, this was a profitable session. Would be nice if the poker rooms would operate like they did 10 years ago or 5 years ago when the affiliate world was on a roll. Then it would be easy to cooperate with poker rooms and then have those buyable bonuses or even some tournament tickets by using Q-Box or something. But as today, when the affiliate world is going down, oh yeah, thanks, Rota. I've been talking with not racing about those emotes and everything. I'm such an old fart, I don't understand them. So probably going to do them when we get the stream back rolling. Actually, now this after the cash out, this is going to be the fourth winning session in a row, which is weird that often when you cash out, you have a downswing. So this is weird. It's just going to jinx myself. Probably tomorrow we bomb dive. So tomorrow there's going to be a stream at the same time, 10 p.m. CEST, and I hope that I have more of those softwares on my hands. Then probably after this awesome maiden song, we're calling the stream for the day. I have to save my throat. And where do we have sit out next, BB? And what's the balance? Let me see. Where do I? Oh, it's not there. Oh, nice. 23 euros profits today. So 2 buy-ins profits. That's not bad for one session. So slightly more, and we can start by PLO20 or even PLO50 on the streams, which is nice. 13 shots. And then some final hands. Oh, if there's someone who hasn't following the channel, then help me and press the follow button. You can just turn the notifications off so it doesn't spam you with emails. But when we hit 100 followers, we are going to celebrate that, and splash the jackpot with $5. I'm not going to play those hands. And we will get one more hand here, and then it's over. Two more hands. Woo! Hey, thanks everyone for joining. The tune streaming has been officially started now, and I'm going to go for running one streamer promotion tier 1, which means at least 20 hours of poker playing. Ooh, no aces on the last hand. So that's about it. Thanks for joining. Hope you can join tomorrow, or then on Wednesday we will have the stream on the evening at the same time, and then we will also have an afternoon stream. If I remember right, it was 2 p.m. CEST. You can see the times on the channel page. I'm going to update to my homepage. I just remember that I didn't do it. And then if you follow my Twitter, you can see the Twitter account down there. Then you can get a notification. But yeah, on Wednesday afternoon, if I remember right, it was 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. Then there are no games running. So I'm probably going to play some party poker and then hopefully use the Matrix or Visions or one of those cool softwares. And start to work on the solver stuffs. Yeah, graphics going north. Always. It just depends on the position of your monitor. All right, thanks, and I will see you tomorrow or whenever you are online. But please follow the channel, help me, and then when you open Twitch, you can see on the left that when I'm online. All right, thanks and bye bye. Now I have to go to sleep and fix my throat.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.